Tuesday, March 24th. We had to come back to the abandoned house in the woods. Our lean-to fell over. It got attacked by a bear. We got to go in and make sure we have enough space to move all our things in. Come on in. This room looks like it'll be good for all our master bedroom stuff from our lean-to. It's about 14 feet by 8 feet. What's the area of the room?
What up, my quarantine people? Thank you for joining us again today. Let's dive right into the math. As always, you know we love our sides check strategy here at Quarantine Math. If you still don't know what it is, check out our song over here. But we're going to begin with our statement. So we are asking for the area, right? So we're going to say the area is blank, and then I know we're talking about feet, so we're going to say square feet. Okay, and we're going to talk about this in a second. If you're unfamiliar with area, if you haven't done it, if you needed a reminder, please check out our area song right here. It talks about perimeter and area actually, but it's a good teaching for what we're going to be doing today, okay? So I know when I'm talking about area, I'm looking for anything about the length and the width. That's what I should be identifying, right? Anything about the area is going to have to do with length and width. So I know I identified in my problem that the length was 14 feet and the width was 8 feet, okay? So to develop my plan, when I do area or perimeter, I don't actually draw a tape diagram. I just draw the rectangle or the shape that I'm talking about, and then I like to label it, right? So here we have our room, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect. Oh, that's not perfect. And we have 14 feet for the length, right? And we have 8 feet for the width. Now, when we're talking about finding the area, right, we're trying to find the space inside of this two-dimensional shape, right? We're trying to cover, right? Area is the grass that covers, right? So we're trying to cover the inside of this shape, and we're basically trying to figure out, okay, how much space is inside of my rectangle? And to do that, we're going to use the length and the width. Now, if you're familiar with this, you might know your formula of area equals length times width, and you might be able to plug in that your area is going to equal 14 times 8 and solve it to figure out your area. For those who don't, let's take a quick timeout and check out our rectangle of math. So here we have the same room. I made it a little bit bigger, okay? If you count, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, okay? And we're going to use our units as feet. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is our exact same room, except blown up a little bit, and then covered in squares. Because just like the song says, when you are doing area, you're not only trying to figure out how much space is inside, okay, just like we did on the other slide. Now I'm not, there we go. But when you, oh, and it's not perfect because I'm not perfect. Like Bob Ross would say, mistakes are happy accidents. If you don't know who Bob Ross is, go ask your parents. If they don't know who Bob Ross is, they didn't watch enough TV in the early 90s, okay? But when you measure area, you use square units because really what we're trying to do is we're trying to cover these with squares, and each square has a measurement of 1 square unit. And when you look at it, when you cover this rectangle, you're actually making an array, right? And you guys learned about arrays earlier this year. And so we have 14 columns, and in each column, we have 8 rows. So this is where our formula for area comes from, because really when you're doing area of a rectangle, really you're just making a multiplication array, okay? Except instead of dots, you're covering it with squares. So I have 14 groups of 8, and I could skip count by 8. I could count each of these individually. But this is how the formula for area was derived. It's actually a multiplication array, and so you can use multiplication to solve it. Now you might know the standard algorithm, but I'm going to stick to the distributive property. So I'm going to split this up into 10 and 4. Okay, and then I want to multiply both of those by 8, right? So 8 times 10 is going to be 80. 8 times 4, so now I'm using my basic facts, right? 8 times 4 is 32. And when you add those together, you're going to get 112 square feet. And again, when you talk about area, you have to say square feet, square, because you're covering the inside of the rectangle with squares. So this is how you find your area. You could have taken the shortcut and used the formula, but this is why the formula works, because it's really a multiplication array. Let's go back and write our answer in our statement. So we have now figured out that the area of the room that I was in is 112 square feet. Thank you so much for joining us today on Instruct the Beats in Quarantine Math. We hope you'll like and subscribe to the video. Please wash your hands. Don't touch your face. If you're feeling sick, stay inside. You don't need to go have parties outside right now. Because like we say, be safe, do math. I'm out.